Hi, I'm Phil Spessner. In the last lesson we learned two things. First of all, we learned that commercialization is taking a technology, something you do over and over and over again with a known outcome and a known degree of certainty, this bundle of features and functionalities, we call it technology, taking this and moving it to market. And the trick to doing that is to find an end user. Here, I'll get down this way. Hi again. You can find the end user. If you can find an end user whose needs you meet better than anybody else, you'll probably be able to sell it to a target. And if you can find a target, well, then we can do a deal and make some money. Okay. In this session, we're going to talk about what's a transaction. A transaction is basically taking something from person A, moving it to person B. What is moved can be anything. It can be the magic marker. It can be the, funny glasses where the piece just fell off. It can be the control for the audio system. Whatever it is, you can move it one way and have a transaction. Certain kinds of transactions are two-way transactions. We call those trades. You trade things that assumably have roughly the same benefit or value or utility or something for everybody that makes it a fair trade. In technology, what's moving in one direction is a technology, and in the other direction is moving money or something you can buy with money. Okay, let's talk about this real quickly. What's a technology? In the last session we saw it was a bundle of features and functionalities. From the standpoint of trading, however, it's something else. It's also property. Property is an intellectual construct. You don't walk down the street and next to a tree there's property. Property only exists where people create it as a construct under law and pretend it's there, as it were. We agree to treat things as property. What does it mean to treat something as property? It means one person can exclude other people from it and the law will back them up. He doesn't have to come in and hit him over the head with a club. As Thomas Hobbes once said, in politics as in cards, when no other suit is called, clubs are trump. All right, you can cut up property in a variety of ways. If you think about rentals, you can rent the first floor, you can rent the second floor, you can rent it for commercial use, you can rent it for residential use or warehouse use, whatever. You can rent it for a month, a day, a week, or forever, in which case you might as well sell it, because by renting everything you own forever, you have sold it. Same with intellectual property. We can divide it up in three ways, typically. Make, buy, and use. You can divide it up however you want, but those are terms that are used a lot. Make means the ability to manufacture it. I can make it in a factory, I can make it for myself, whatever, but I can make it under the terms that are agreed to. Use means I can use it myself. I can use it in my factory, I can use it in my home, I can use it in my car, whatever. But again, I can divide it up in various ways. I can think about dividing it up in terms of field of use. I can use it for extruding plastic that I make magic markers out of and funny little glasses out of, or I can use it for other purposes only. I can only use it in commercial. I can only use it in military. I only use it in the U.S. I can only use it in the shipping industry. I can only use it in Britain, or I can use it in the U.S., Britain, and North America, whatever. You can divide it up however you want to do it. Sell. That's the right to take it and sell it to somebody else. I can sell it in all sorts of ways. I can sell a product, I can sell a manufacturing process, I can sell a book, I can sell a whole variety of different products that I may make, or I can sub-license it. That's another way. I can sell the technology itself. Or I may sell services. I may use it, but sell nonetheless, and that's sort of a gray area, and use and sell, where you would divide that. But the point is I can use it to sell services. So you get the idea. In a transaction, what you're doing is you're not only moving a technology, but you're moving the rights that go with that technology to use it and to exclude others. If you give intellectual property, that's a patent, a trademark, a copyright. We'll talk about those later. And you get money back. So that's what's involved in transactions. Now, some transactions are simply trades and others are legally enforceable. If it's legally enforceable, we call it a contract. You'll see on your screen a variety of different ways that vehicles for moving technology. These range all the way from non-exclusive licenses down there in the lower right-hand corner to selling the company in the top. And what's going on is you're giving away control to somebody else, control over the use of it or control over the knowledge and know-how that's involved in it. In the middle, you'll see something called CRADA, that stands for Cooperative Research and Development Agreements. That's when two companies will do research together. Anyways, there's a variety of different ways we can do a transaction, a deal, to move a technology from party A to party B, both physically moving the technology and moving it as a bundle of rights. And that, again, is what we mean when we talk about commercialization, is we're doing a transaction that moves the technology. So thanks a lot for joining me, and I'll talk to you in the next session.